Hello, and thank you for joining me on another episode of The Average EV. Today, we're going to be taking a trip down to Falls Church, Virginia, and I'm going to check out one of the new charging stations from Electrify America. Now, this station is not new itself. It is a couple months old, but I also think that would be a great opportunity to see how are these new chargers holding up over time. So, let's get into it. All right, everybody, so I am gonna give you some details of the trip. It's about 62 miles. We started at 75% because that's how much I had when I arrived at work, and I left straight from there to do this little trip. It's gonna take us about an hour and a half, and I believe a better route planner said we would arrive with about 40%, so we'll see how that goes. Again, I am going to use a better route planner. I have an OBD2 Bluetooth dongle that I use, and it gives me all the information and makes a better route planner as accurate as possible. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I arrive there with that amount, if not more. Usually it's a little bit more conservative. I am running with no heat on right now because I'm actually kind of warm because of the sun, and I have a hoodie on. And the outside temperature is 57 degrees Fahrenheit. I am, over the course of the trip, going to pay attention to battery temperature. While it is warmer, if you watch my last video, probably was my last video, about driving in the cold, I just want to see how long it takes for my battery to heat up and what I actually arrive at the charger station, what temperature I arrive with. So we'll see how that goes. I'll do a couple updates on the way, and I will see you all at the next update. All right, everybody, so we're on the way. I finally was able to pull up the battery temp and stuff like that. Right now, my battery min is 10 degrees Celsius and battery max is 11 degrees Celsius. So that's lower than the outdoor temperature right now, which is 14 degrees. So I'm interested to see how much the battery heats up by the time we get to the charging station in Virginia. And just so you all are aware, like 20 to 25 is like a really good temperature to be at, degrees Celsius for charging. 30 is not bad. But once you get up, maybe even 35 is okay. And then once you get 40, it's just, at that point you've clearly been charging your battery and it's getting hot. And that's when you start to see a car or the charging station limit the amperage that's going into your vehicle to help maintain at least whatever temperature it is, and maybe bring it down, and then maybe your car will use some cooling to help cool it off a little bit. So we'll see how those battery temperatures go as we drive longer and longer and get closer and closer to the destination. I'll catch up with you all in a little bit. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Falls Church Electrify America station. There are some of the units. I'm on charger 4. PlugShare said it wasn't working, but I'm actually going to test out all the units, so I'm going to find out if that's true at all. Continue. And we should be getting, I don't know, 50, maybe 68, maybe the full 77, we'll see. I don't know if y'all can see that. We'll go inside of the car if it's a little tough to see. %, there we go. Charging speed, let's see what we got going on. 25, 30, 39, 40, 41. That's okay. I would expect a little bit more. We're gonna see what happens here. See if this one is working properly or not. All right, everybody. So we're here in the car. We're still getting 41. I did look at the all the metrics here. Let me try and get my reflection on the way as best I can. But when you look down here, we got 15, 17, 17. So I'm gonna stay on this charger and see if once it hits 20-ish, if the speed doesn't improve a little bit. Again, we're getting 100 amps right now. This should be capable of a little bit more than that. It should be around 56 right now, but we'll see what happens. All right, everybody, I just stepped outside my car and it looks like the speed is back to where I would assume it would be 56 kilowatts. So it appears as if this station is working properly. After I charge up, get some food, I'm gonna test out each station to make sure it is working. But that's good to see. So not the station, it was my car battery not being warm enough. And again, going back to my driving in the cold video I did, if the battery's not warm enough, you're not going to get the full speeds right away. It could take a little while, or you might never get them depending on how cold it is. Here we are at the Falls Church Electrify America station. This has all the new branding, all the new spots. I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour. Exciting to see. First off, let's start with Charger 1. It is the CHAdeMO, everybody's favorite. So Leaf owners, never fear, they left the unit for you. I believe this is one of the old units. Yeah, it appears to be that, an old BTC power unit. So there it is, super exciting. As you notice, there's the spot. I always think it's interesting they do the a giant spot typically with the CHAdeMO, but it is what it is. And this says balance up to 150, but online I thought it said this was 150 and this says 350. So interesting. Okay, so let's go take a look at one of the new units. Man, they do look nice, but these already look a little bit beaten up. And if you see here, the cable management system's actually broken. It's hanging here, no tension at all. So that kind of stinks. And you can also see where it kind of bangs against the unit, which does not look super great. But anyways, here we are, and they're labeled with a new labeling, hyper fast. And notice how this one says balance, and all the units here are balanced. Also, we've got, it's labeled Charger 2, very clear, which I do like, makes it easier for people to use. And these are, if you care, these are the BTC units, 500 amp max. There it is. Wonderful. Spots, pretty big. Could easily fit a, you know, any Hummer EV looks like it could fit in here. It's a pretty big spot. Labeled clearly. If you parked in here, you probably just don't care about EVs. Here's another pretty decent sized spot. And then again, another unit, hyper fast balance. All the units here are 350. They're all balanced. And I believe it works. Those two are balanced. These two are balanced with each other. And then those two where that Mach-E is parked are balanced. So super cool. Let's check and see how we're doing with the charge. Yeah, 57. So again, battery warming up, charging speeds increasing, and looks like at least this one is working well for now. Back here, so I know that this charger 6 works. My charger works. The only one I don't know about is this one, so I'll test this one before I leave. Charger 5. Charger 4 is mine works. Here we got a nice red EV6 charging. Charger 3 seems to be working. And then a nice Audi E-tron looking good on Charger 2, which appears to be working. And then there's this older unit, which I'm not sure if it's working or not. So I'll test those two out, see if they're working. This EV6, just to show you how cool these vehicles are. If you look, 126 kilowatts right now, which I'm not really sure what their charging curve is. I'm not very with that, but they're right there, 7 minutes left till 80%. They've been here for 12 minutes, 28. I've been here for 29 minutes and I have 19. So it just shows how much faster these new, especially the EV6, which is an 800-volt architecture vehicle, charge. So super cool. Love seeing other EVs, especially that E-tron looks nice. I'm digging that E-tron. All right, we had a new arrival here, a nice Ioniq 5 popped in, looking good, and a nice Bolt EV, maybe EUV, I think EV down there. It's interesting with this Ioniq 5, they left a little too soon, I think, because if you look at their charging speed, they're only getting 44 kilowatts at 60%, and I do believe that's a little low. So not sure if that's a cable issue, probably is. or some other kind of, it is balanced with the e-tron, but it should be okay. But interesting. Look at that. New, blacked out e-tron. Love that. All right, everybody, here I'm gonna test this cable management system. So again, this is perfect for my car, but say I had to park on this spot or whatever, I'm some other kind, I could reach it around the other side if I didn't mind my paint job getting messed up. So that works okay. It's definitely tough to pull. It's not an easy cable management system, at least not in my opinion. The cable still feels pretty stiff, like most of the Electrify America stations, so that's all right. Still got the nice green. I'm sure these look really nice at night, but overall, like the stations, I don't know if all the design is the best design. Again, like this hits clang, you can see where it's scraped up against that. I mean, again, they're meant to be used. I guess it doesn't matter, but as long as, like, again, that cable management system over there that the e-tron's using is broken, so I don't know. I like that they're labeled charger. I don't really care about this hyper fast. I know what 350 kilowatts means, and also, was it hyper and ultra or whatever? I don't know if people would really know the difference between the two, because both the words are kind of pretty similar in meaning. Credit card reader's pretty easy. Customer assistance easily. There's the station ID that we're used to. You can use tap card. So it appears that they're all working. I'm not sure, the Ioniq 5 station I don't think is working properly, and I'm also not sure about this the Chevy Bolt either, because it's 38. Again, I'm not super familiar with the charging curve of it, but it does seem a little slow to me, and I do know the one on the other side was working properly. So all in all, it looks like this station's holding up. They're all at least kind of working, maybe not all working at full speed, but you know, that's better than a lot of the older stations. Now this has been in since, I want to say, September. These units were made in August, so yeah, we'll see how these things go. Okay, everybody, so a quick little wrap up here. Great charging spot. It appears most of the chargers are working. I think I said that already, but I'm not convinced all of them are. I noticed someone was having a little bit of trouble. I know this Ioniq 5 is not charging at the speed it should be, but all in all, not too bad. I've been waiting here to see if any other cars come by. I haven't seen anything, so I just want to tie in another video I had talked about dwell time, having a fast charger like this in, I would call this a community, because area, maybe off a road that a traveler would go, but I really don't think so here at this spot. So I wonder if this is the best solution for this target, because the dwell time, it depends, could be anywhere 10 to 30 minutes. So maybe they're too fast as far as if this is specifically for target customers. But if this was intended to be a spot for someone on a trip somewhere, I think it's a great charging kind of setup. But I do wonder about that, and I wonder if maybe they could have put a bunch more lower level chargers so that they could service more people, although these are all balanced, so that is nice. So it's not like they had to put in enough infrastructure for 6 350s. It's really 3 350s that can be split. So anyways, great charging spot. I'm glad I was able to make the trip down here. I hope some of my information about these new chargers was helpful to you all, and I will catch you all on my next video. And please remember to like and subscribe. See ya.